Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Carolina Panthers and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Ryan Fitzgerald all set to get this one started. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Stop.
First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he takes it ahead for a 4-yard pickup there to begin our game.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Let's get set. Right up. Stop.
Burrow out of the shotgun. He gets this to Michael Mayer. And he's down very close to that first, but looks like he is stopped just in time after a gain of 4.
Brings up
Third and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go. Right 80, 11, MT, take. Turbo touch. Stop.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Nice caught. He's got Brown. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. All set to go now from the 35.
Here we go. Stop.
Burrow on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The 25-yard line.
From the gun, again to Brown. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
This connects with Higgins. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals finish up an excellent opening series. T. Higgins, the touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yeah, yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Jimmy Horn here on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. McMillan coming in motion right. They'll throw it here on 1st. They'll set up the screen. Brooks. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
He's hit just before he can pick up that first, so 3rd and short coming up from the 33.
He's taken down at the
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. And third and short.
Complete beyond the marker. He's at the 30. And they are all the way into that red zone.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
9-yard gain on the play. And the
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Steady.
On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Panthers 60, Panthers, top below 18.
Takes the second down snap. And he's got it. It's in close. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First and goal, Hubbard. And he gets in, touchdown. The Panthers finish off their opening drive. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Fields this one, but is not going to return it from the end zone, so the ball going to be placed down at the 35-yard line.
On one, ready?
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for first and 10. Brown quick on the draw here. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Well, more often than not, it's a passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati. All set to go now from the 35. First down, and they go right back to it. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of their front seven.
First give of the game to the LSU product. And all it can get is a yard here, bro. It's going to be third down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. Both teams neck and neck so far. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin.
Here we go.
They've been moving it well, but face a third down here.
180. 180 touch.
From the gun on third down, it's Burrow. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Bengals have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the
Gun.
14-yard line.
Brown on the inside give. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Here's Burrow. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet. This is kind of good on good. An offense gets completion, not going backwards. And the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
180. Stop.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. Escapes the pocket. And he's out of bounds before he could challenge for that marker. It's 4th down.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, or even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he can get the first down.
Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Caught out wide. He's got a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals take a second quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
Evan McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10.
Trap alert.
Carried by Brooks to start the drive. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, and really create some indecision now defensively.
Good pickup, but he's denied that first down. The stop comes at the 32-yard line.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
19 Tiger. Ready.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Into the hands of Leggett. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 7 yards on that pickup. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Carolina.
Pass play coming here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now it's 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
Panther 60.
Back to throw. Buys time, rolling right. He's keeping it. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the 2, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the first down.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Cut down the field. Again. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On first down, here comes Brooks. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
So it'll be second and long coming up, and that is on the other side of our 2-minute warning. Sit tight. More from Paycor Stadium on the other side. All right, here we go. Second down.
Get ready. 19-18. 79 Broncos. Ready.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Short pass brought in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Leading 4 here on third down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive.
Let's go now. 18, let's move it, 19.
Setting up to throw. That's complete. Sanders has gotten it out right. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Wandale Robinson now to return this. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go. Right 80. Stop.
Burrow from the gun. That's Mayer. He's got it. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
31-yard line.
Burrow to the air now. Completed to his running back. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Cincinnati uses its second timeout.
Gain of 10 yards.
So first down from the 41.
Here
we go. 11, 11, 11, 11.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Right 80. Stop.
Throwing is Burrow. Throw wheeled in by Mayer. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. Here's first and 10 from the 47.
Here we go.
To the air again. It's Burrow. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. And the downfield call is going to go unanswered. Defender saw to that. That incompletion means it's second down.
Gun. Turbo. Can.
To throw again. It's Burrow. He's looking deep once again. Well, it would have been a big completion, Brock, if not for that meddling defender who knocked it away. And that sets up third down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Let's get set.
Third and long for him here. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Trevin Wallace has it. And the Panthers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it up.
And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
I'll throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't find Jimmy Horn Jr. there. And now they need to get 4 on third down. They're going to try and throw it here. Gets everything he has under this one. Another drop. The last two plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this fourth down.
Kendall Fuller there on the coverage.
He signals for the fair catch and brings it in.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here.
Here we go, here we go. Right 80.
Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Evan McPherson to kick off.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Baker with the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Step. Here we go. Here we go. Cowboy 80. Mustang 19. Steady, ready.
They'll come out throwing. Fires right away, but incomplete. That was Tanneroa McMillan he was looking for. So it'll be 2nd down.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Outright, Leggett makes the ground. He's right up next to that 1st down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man in the drag route went away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And we've got a tough QB who wants to put it on his shoulders.
That's complete inside the 35-yard line. To the house, touchdown Carolina. The Panthers take the lead right away in half number 2. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. This is Fitzgerald trying to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers push their lead to 3.
17. Bengals 14. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
On 1, ready?
Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Brown to start the drive. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Here we go. Right 80.
Looking to throw, Burrow. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Let's get set.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is taken ahead to the 42. Jabril Peppers bringing that one to an end.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, gets good coverage, contested catches will really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Got a man, it's Mayer. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. Markers are reset. Here we go, ball at the 44.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 44.
First down carry for Brown. Well, a lot of effort there, partners, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Burrow back to throw. Right side cut by Higgins. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
And it'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And it's step one towards the goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. Second and goal coming up.
Here we go.
Working now from the gun. In close. And that is a big hit right after that catch. So the play limited to maybe just a couple yards. Third and goal. They need 3 yards here.
11.
From the gun on third down. It's Burrow. And it's incomplete on third and goal.
Yeah, I understand why this crowd and these fans were celebrating a touchdown, but not so fast. Catch, man, that looked good, but you got to get both feet down too.
They want the touchdown on fourth and goal. They're going for it from the 3.
Here we go.
The flag comes out, so this is going to back them up to the edge of the end zone. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. On fourth down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that will tie things up in the third.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Panthers look just about ready. First and 10. They're going play action. This is Legette working the left side. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for a Panthers first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Brooks bouncing out ahead from the pistol. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. They get 22 out of that play. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
They'll throw it here on first. Throw left side. Sanders has it. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
He's close, but he is stopped before he can get to that first down. Picks up 4. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's a tie ball game through 3. We're going to see which side separates in the 4th. Third and a lone yard coming up. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Connection made to Tremble. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
First down.
Here we go.
Hands it off here for Brooks. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Running the toss here to Brooks. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Running right side by McMillan. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with the 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Hubbard trying to run his way in. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take a 4th quarter lead.
Touchdown.
Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. That one right down the middle. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10. Burrow setting up the play action. Catches made down the right sideline. And they are all the way across midfield before he's brought down. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
Here we go.
On the keeper, it's Burrow. On the move, past the 40. And Burrow gets enough for that first down and then smartly gets down to avoid the hit.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, well, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Catch made over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck.
Here we go.
Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
11 mighty.
That's another Bengals.
From the red zone on 1st. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Here we go, here we go. 180. Stop.
Burrow gets it out wide quick. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals now trail by just a point in the fourth. They're lining up for two. This is for the lead and potentially the win.
Here we go.
Sticking in the air, it's Burrow. And he's got it. That gets him two and puts them within a field goal here late. Well, that right there really changes the complexion of this game. They take the lead on the conversion rather than playing for the tie.
You could just see my head up here in this booth, right? It's just shaking. I mean, the old-timers are looking at some of these decisions the new school guys are making and just wondering aloud, what are you thinking? Well, what they're thinking is what some of the data is telling them to do. And what I love, Kate, it now really puts the pressure on that other side to respond.
Mustang 19.
First and 10, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And this one doesn't go far.
Complete to Xavier Legette.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Panthers down by only one. Second down now, 7 to go.
Stephanie. Cowboy 8.
Back to throw. He's got him. That's McMillan. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line.
The Panthers first down.
Panthers
A
50.
gain of
Panthers
13
50.
yards. First down.
18. Pioneer.
Back to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers jump in front late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
19. Tiger. Not ready.
Here he is to throw. Catches it at the 1. And he gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That puts them in a much better spot now. Up 7 here in the 4th.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Gun. Stop.
He'll look to throw it. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8. Second down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Setting up to pass. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long, but finally, this defense has an answer.
Now to throw. He's up to the 35-yard line as they reel it in.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you can take a whole bunch of pride in not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the first.
Need to keep this drive going. Here's 4th and inches. And he will get the first as they touch him down. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Burrow on first down. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Incomplete.
The clock inside of 50 seconds now. Second and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Completed to his running back. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Cincinnati uses its second timeout.
Here we go. Start.
Looking to throw it. Finds him on the crossing route. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. This picks up the first down, too. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Again, it's Burrow. To the right side and wheeled in by Chase. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. This picks up the first down, too.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage, to make that in cut and make the catch.
Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
The final timeout taken by the Bengals. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's first and goal. To the air again, it's Burrow. And it's not over yet. They score here in the final minutes, and now they can tie or even win this game right here. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
They're lining up for 2. This is for the lead and potentially the win.
The Bengals will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Start.
To throw again, it's Burrow. And he's got a man, complete. And he's going to run in for 2. Oh, they gambled the entire game on that call. And now they're in line for the win. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Baker with the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
All right, going empty as they come to the line. It's first and 10. Now they're going to throw out of the gun. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. So there's the timeout called, and we're going to see if they think there's enough time for 2 plays or just one last snap. And what a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Throwing from the gun. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Let's go now. Hey, kick Panther 50. Panther 50. Go.
One final shot here. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is the lateral goes haywire. It's out. But I believe someone on the Panthers made it to the loose football first. They're hanging on to it. So in the jungle, the Bengals take the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory.